Okay, so good day, grade 7. Ayan, so this time we'll discuss our topic for week number 5. So we are already done discussing earthquake concepts and also starting from the types of fault. Okay, and then for the week number 2, we discuss the anatomy of earthquake. And then for week number 3, the different types of seismic waves and how it generates tsunami. And then for week number 4, we discuss earthquake and tsunami preparedness. And also, let's move on that and discuss a new topic. So I am sure Mommy or ever curious science buddy, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, syempre, so you'll always be updated on our upcoming videos. So sige, start na tayo. So our topic for this week is about the sun and the Earth's atmosphere. So main topic, highlight layers of atmosphere. Okay, so are you familiar or did you already hear the word atmosphere? If not, or not yet, syempre, discuss natin ano ba yung tinatawag nating atmosphere. Okay. Sige, for the learning competency, explain how energy from the sun interacts with the atmosphere. Paano ba na-transfer yung energy, okay, na galing sa sun, okay, to our planet. And then, learning objectives, describe the different layers of the atmosphere, differentiate the layers of the atmosphere in terms of temperature and altitude. Okay, so we will discuss the layers of the atmosphere when it comes to the temperature and altitude. Okay, so we will try to find out what is the relationship of altitude and temperature. Okay, so we will try to observe, okay, as the altitude increases, what happened to the temperature or vice versa. Okay, and then for the third one, explain the interaction of the solar energy with the layers of Earth's atmosphere. Okay, and then for number 4, describe the types of clouds. Okay, very simple lang yung number 4. It's like inside lang natin. Okay, because partly clouds is part of the atmosphere. And then for a short review, it's picture analysis or observation. So what can you observe on the picture? Okay. Yes, it's a bright day or a sunny day. Okay, there's a sun. Okay, and then there's a lot of people. Okay, playing or may mga picnic. Okay, and then feeling natin nasa plaza yan. Okay, or sa park. Ayan. So this is the question. What do you see in the illustration? Did you see? Like what I've said, it's a sunny day. Okay, and then there's a lot of people there. And then, okay, for question number 2, how does the energy from the sun reach the earth? Okay, paano ba nakakarating yung energy? Okay, ng sun. Okay, ng sun papunta dito sa ating planet. Diba? Ang layo, pero look. Okay, and we consider the sun as the major source of energy. So how does it translated? Paano ba siya ita-transfer, okay, dito sa ating planet? Okay? We will discuss that. Sige. So before that, let's have a short self-assessment muna. So for the instructions, okay, the learners, okay, read the statement and assess. Okay, you will assess yourselves dito. You will assess yourselves in skills and knowledge using the color of traffic lights. So, tatanungin kayo, ask them to shade the box with appropriate color that describes their skills and understanding of the concepts before the lesson. So, bago tayo mag-discuss ng ating topic today, i-assess muna namin kayo kung hanggang saan na yung alam ninyo, okay, about atmosphere. So, i-read natin or i-shade natin ng color red yung box. Okay, kung no, I cannot do it. Okay, i-shade naman natin ng dilaw yung box kung yes, I can do it alone. Okay, and then i-shade naman natin ng green pag yes, I can do it and apply my learnings. Okay, so these are the questions or statements. I can describe the different layers of the atmosphere. Before the lesson muna. Okay, and then after the lesson. So, ano yun? No, I can do it. Yes, I can do it alone. Or yes, I can do it and apply my learnings. Okay, so may nang bahagi yan. Makalaki ng before and after. And for the second one, I can differentiate the layers of the atmosphere in terms of temperature and altitude. Pwedeng dito, no, I can do it. Kasi wala pa naman tayong idea, di ba? Wala pa naman tayong idea dito kasi hindi pa natin alam. Okay, and then pwede after the lesson, yun, pwede yes, I can do it and apply my learnings. Ano, so pwede ganun. It's up to you. For third statement, I can explain the interaction of the solar energy with the layers of the atmosphere. Assess yourself, so alam niyo na. I can describe the different types of clouds. Okay, so, sige. Ayan. So, for our activity number 1, ang laking vocabulary, layers of the atmosphere. So, mag-introduce muna ako ng mga words or possible words na may encounter natin while we discuss this topic. Okay, so for the objectives to understand key vocabulary related to the layers of the atmosphere, and then for the materials, yung PowerPoint lang naman natin, and then for the instructions, read the new words, match words with meanings, and then use each word in a sentence. Pwedeng i-add natin yan, mga teachers. Pwede hindi. Okay, so ang laking content vocabulary, matching type, exosphere. Okay, ang ibig sabihin na naman ito, what do you mean by the word exo? Okay, yung naka-red, tingnan natin yung naka-red. Exo means, correct, outside. Okay, kaya yung ating exosphere is the outermost, yung pinakalabas na. Okay, outside, ang ibig sabihin ng exo, like exit. Okay, thermosphere, what about thermo? What do you mean by the word thermo? Correct, it means heat. Thermo means heat. What about meso? Okay, it means middle. Okay, that's why it's the middle part or the middle layer of the atmosphere. And then strato. What do you mean by the word strato? Para siyang strata, like something like, okay, correct, it's a layer. Ano, layer, meaning po ng strato. And then tropo. What do you mean by the word tropo? Correct, it's changes. Okay, there are a lot of changes happened in troposphere, especially there in troposphere there are weather disturbances. Diyan nagpo-form yung mga iba't ibang weather disturbances in troposphere. Okay, kaya changes. Okay, next, what does the word sphere mean? Ang ibig sabihin ng sphere naman. Okay, so a sphere means a round shape or a layer. Round shape. Okay, and then how does a prefix change the meaning of a word? Nung nilagyan natin ng yung word na sphere ng tropo, meso, nabago ba yung ibig sabihin? Yes, nabago. Ano? So, a prefix changes or adds meaning to a word. Okay. So, second, reading comprehension, the Earth's atmosphere. So, to understand the short information text and answer guide questions. So, we have our PowerPoint presentation. Instructions, read the paragraph, think about key ideas, answer the questions. Okay. So, the role of the sunlight in Earth's atmospheric energy. Okay, so remember, sunlight serves as Earth's external source of energy, interacting with the layers of the atmosphere. Okay, so remember mga anak that the sunlight is the main external source of energy of our planet. Okay, so the heat or the energy that comes from the sun supports different levels of life here on our planet. Okay, without the energy that comes from the sun, okay, possible there are organism or ma-wipe out tayo. Okay, di ba? Pag wala yung energy that comes from the sun because, okay, plant is one of the main source of one of the main food or let's say one of the main source or food of most of the animals. So, ang mga plants, they totally depend on the sunlight or in the energy that comes from the sun. So, pag nawala yung sun, okay, saan pakukuha ng energy yung mga plants? Okay, di ba? So, possible mamatay ang mga plants pag wala yung sun. So, pag nawala yung mga plants, what will happen to the animals? Okay, so mamamatay din kasi ang plants is the one that supplies the oxygen which is needed by the animals. So, kung wala ang plants, sino gagawa ng oxygen? Okay, so kaya importante po yung energy natin that comes from the sun. Okay, so the atmosphere of the Earth. Ano ba yung tinatawag nating atmosphere? So, tingnan natin mga anak. Yung atmosphere, i-compare natin sa blanket. Ano yung blanket? Kumot. Para siyang kumot ng ating planeta. Okay, pero in reality, blanket is made of cloth, di ba, mga tela. Pero yung atmosphere natin is made of gases. Okay, gawa siya sa gases. Yung atmosphere natin na nakapalibot sa buong planet so basahin natin sabay-sabay. The Earth's atmosphere surrounds our planet. Okay, and it mostly composed of air. Mostly composed of air. The atmosphere is essential to living things. Yes, it's essential to living things. It provides carbon dioxide for plants, and then oxygen for animals. Okay, so those are the gases that can be found in the atmosphere, which are essential gases. Carbon dioxide, the main or the gas which is needed by the plants, and then oxygen, okay, the gas which is needed by the animals. Okay, the two main gases that make up the atmosphere are nitrogen. So remember, ito yung pinakamadaming reserved na gases sa atmosphere. Nitrogen, which is approximately 78%. Imagine that ang daming nitrogen sa atmosphere natin. 78%. And then oxygen, which is approximately 21%. Okay, so, and then argon and traces of other gases such as carbon dioxide. So, napakaliit lang yung percentage ng ibang gases compared to nitrogen and oxygen. Okay, so make up the rest. So, the total water content in the atmosphere is about 0.25%. Ganun lang. And mostly, the water in the atmosphere is made up of water vapor, or the gaseous form of water. Okay, so for the questions, what is the atmosphere? Ano bang tinatawag nating atmosphere? Okay, so the atmosphere is the layer of gases that surrounds the Earth and supports life. Okay, so the layer, atmosphere is a layer of gases. Hindi lang siya basta gases, may layers. Okay, na nakasurround or nakapalibot sa ating planet. Okay, and then, what is in the atmosphere? Ano yung meron sa atmosphere? Okay, so it's the atmosphere is mostly made of nitrogen, 78%, oxygen, 21%, and with small amounts of argon, carbon dioxide, and water vapor. That's what makes the atmosphere. Okay, so tatandaan natin, ano? So, pag sinabing atmosphere, the layer of gases that surrounds the Earth. Okay, and then pag sinabing what is in the atmosphere, ano meron? Several types of gases, but mainly it is composed of nitrogen, oxygen, and traces of other gases like carbon dioxide, argon, and water vapor. Ano? Ayan. So for the third activity, layers of the atmosphere. Okay, and then altitude and temperature. So while discussing the layers of the atmosphere, try to remember the altitude and temperature of each layer. Ano? So to understand how altitude and temperature change in its atmospheric layer. Okay, so we have our PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so for the instruction, review each layer, highlight altitude levels, note temperature changes. Okay, so while highlighting altitude levels, you have to note, okay, how temperature changes as altitude increases. Okay, so pag sinabi natin altitude, it pertains to height or elevation. Okay, patas ng patas yan, altitude. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so layers of the atmosphere. So scientists believe that the atmosphere has 5 distinct layers. Meron tayong 5 distinct layers of the atmosphere that we will discuss. Ano? But the boundaries between layers are not sharp and can be hard to measure precisely. So definitely, though we already categorize these layers or these 5 layers, we can hardly, okay, it's really hard to find where's the boundary. Kasi gases yan. Kumbaga, wala namang automatic boundaries. Okay, so what we are using, okay, to tell that it's a second layer, third layer, is the altitude and temperature. Okay, we are using the altitude and temperature. So kung nagbago na, so ibig sabihin, okay, technically or scientifically, it's another layer. Okay, ganun yun. Ano? So, titignan natin. Okay, so the first layer of the atmosphere is the troposphere. Okay, so remember, troposphere is the first layer of the atmosphere, which starts yung altitude niya from the Earth's surface 0 to 12 kilometer, varies up to 8 kilometer at poles. Okay, 8 kilometer at equator. That's the altitude of troposphere. And remember, Okay, it's the closest layer to Earth's surface. Okay, it's the closest layer to Earth's surface. Okay, so contains 75 to 80% of the atmosphere mass. Okay, nandito talaga, no, yung 75 to 80% of atmosphere's mass. Yung pinakabigat talaga nasa troposphere. All weather events, nandito. All weather, nandiyan na po ng mga weather events like clouds, nandiyan sa troposphere. The rain, the storms, okay, nandiyan po sa troposphere. So, as you go higher, the temperature drops from an average of about 13 degrees Celsius near the Earth's surface to 50 degrees Celsius at the top of the layer. Okay, so nag-gets ba yung sinasabi natin? Okay, so yung altitude is 0 to 12 kilometer papataas. Pero yung sinabi sa temperature diyan, okay, as the altitude increases habang tumataas yung height, okay, sa troposphere, papalamig ng papalamig. The temperature drops. Okay, that's when we can explain the concept why. Okay, why when we go to higher places like mountains, pag nagkaroon tayo or nag-hike tayo, is ang may experience natin sa taas is medyo malamig. Kasi, ang sabi dyan, as the altitude increases, the temperature drops. Okay, bumababa yung temperature. Palamig siya ng palamig. Okay, and dito din sa troposphere, nandyan nagkakaroon ng mga paragliding, mga parachute, nandyan, mga airplanes, nandyan dumadaan sa ating troposphere. Okay, and then for the second layer, we have, okay, the stratosphere. Okay, yung altitude niya naman is 12 to 50 kilometer. 12 to 50 kilometer. And it contains the ozone layer. Nandyan po yung ozone layer. Okay, so ano ba yung purpose ng ozone layer? It absorbs harmful UV radiation that comes from the sun. Okay, so yan yung protective layer, kumbaga natin. Okay, the ozone layer that can be found in stratosphere. Okay, so airplanes, so ang sinasabi ngayon ng mga scientists, yung ozone layer natin is papanipis na ng papanipis. Okay, because of the too much emissions of different gases or pollutants. Ano? So, next, airplanes fly in the lower stratosphere. Sa mabang part ng stratosphere, nandun nakakarating yung mga airplanes, mga fighter jets, possible to avoid turbulence. Ano ba yung turbulence? Yung turbulence po is na-experience ng mga airplanes, especially pag may mga storms. Okay, so delikado yun. Okay, and then, temperature increases with altitude due to ozone absorption of UV rays. Dito baliktad. Okay, di ba papataas na kanina pag sa stratosphere, papataas ng papataas, lumalamig. Okay, pero pagdating natin sa stratosphere, kakaiba ang mangyayari. Pag lalo kang tumataas, okay, papataas ka ng papataas, umiinit na. Okay, what's the reason? Bakit umiinit? Like what I've said, ang ozone natin is siya yung nag-a-absorb ng harmful ultraviolet radiation na galing sa araw. So, scientifically, mainit talaga sa stratosphere because of that event. Ano? Okay, so the temperature of the bottom of the layer of the stratosphere is about 50 degrees Celsius. But at the top, its temperature is negative 15 degrees Celsius. Okay, kaiba naman sa taas. Ano? Okay, next. Ayan. So, next we have, okay, altitude 50 to 85 kilometer. Next layer we have, okay, mesosphere. The coldest layer of the atmosphere up to negative 90 degrees Celsius. Di nga sa top part ng stratosphere, biglang nag-drop. Okay, yung temperature. Kasi, kumbaga, that's the boundary na. Okay, top part of stratosphere then lower part of mesosphere. Okay, so, ibig sabihin dito, mesosphere, okay, parang ano na din yun, papunta na sa mesosphere. Mesosphere is the middle, okay, middle layer of the atmosphere and the coldest layer of the atmosphere. Pinakamalamig, tatandaan natin. It protects Earth by burning up meteors. So, alam niyo naman mga anak na there are thousands of meteors enters the Earth atmosphere. At napakahalaga po ng ating mesosphere? Kasi it burns up. Okay? It protects Earth by burning up meteors. Yung mga meteors kasi natin mga anak, ang size ng mga is like a pebble. Okay, so definitely, pag na-burn up sila sa mesosphere, they will turn into ashes. Okay, yung abo na. Okay, so hindi na sila makakabagsak dito sa Earth. Okay, so, pero may mga meteors pa din na nagkakaroon ng successful landing sa Earth. At yun yung mga tinatawag nating meteorite. But, syempre nakakakunti lang because of the mesosphere. Excuse me. Temperature decreases with altitude. Okay, so habang papataas yung altitude, papalamig naman ang papalamig dito sa mesosphere. Okay, the temperature of the bottom of layer is negative 30 degrees, but at the top it's only negative 90 degrees Celsius. Okay, so napakalamig talaga sa. Next, we have, okay, thermosphere. Ito naman yung sunod nating layer, the thermosphere. Okay, so yung altitude is about 85 to 600 kilometer. Okay, and then very hot. From the word thermo, which means heat. Okay, ito ko ang mesosphere, the coldest layer. Ito naman yung opposite ng thermosphere na very hot, hottest layer. Okay, yung kanyang temperature is about 2,000 degrees Celsius or more because it absorbs high energy solar radiation. Okay, and because of that, because this layer absorbs high energy or solar radiation, yun din yung nagiging reason kaya nakaka-form tayo ng aurora borealis or the northern and southern lights. Okay, na nakikita natin yung colorful sky na aurora borealis. Okay, and in the thermosphere, satellites and the International Space Station orbit in this region. Okay, nandun yung mga satellites. Next, the last layer is the exosphere. Okay, so in the exosphere, 600 kilometer altitude to 10,000 kilometer gradually merges into outer space. Kung makita niyo yung opening, papunta na sa outer space. Outermost layer of the atmosphere, air is extremely thin. The atoms and molecules can escape into space, mainly composed of hydrogen and helium. Yan lang yung gases na meron sa exosphere. Okay. Question, what physical quantities were mentioned that characterize each layer of the atmosphere? Okay, of course, it's altitude, thickness, temperature, and air pressure. How far above the surface is the troposphere? Immediately above the Earth's surface. Immediately above. Okay, so kumbaga, ito na yung pinaka-closest layer sa ating Earth's surface. Question, which layer has the lowest temperature? The third question na po ito na. Which layer has the lowest temperature? Correct, the mesosphere, the coldest layer. Which layer is the thinnest? Napakanipis. Correct, troposphere. But, remember, it holds the what? The mass of the atmosphere, 70 to 80% of the mass of the atmosphere lies in the troposphere. Next, which layer is the farthest from the surface? Siyempre, exosphere na yung list. Okay, altitude, temperature, and events in the atmospheric layers. To understand how altitude and temperature relate and identify notable events in each layer. Nasabi na naman natin yung mga notable events kanina. Ano? So, how do air pressures of the atmosphere change as altitude increases from the Earth's surface to 70 kilometers above? Paano ba nag-change yung air pressure? Actually, the air pressure drops continuously as altitude increases. Habang tumataas po, okay, yung altitude, okay, dito sa ating planet. Hindi ko talaga maano. Ayan, so, balik natin. The air pressure drops continuously as altitude increases. Okay, so bumababa talaga yung altitude habang tumataas. So, bumababa yung air pressure rather habang tumataas ang altitude. Okay, remember that? Habang papataas pala simula troposphere hanggang exosphere, bumababa yung air pressure. Okay, the air pressure at the Earth's surface is about 1,000 millibar. Okay, at the top of the troposphere is about 100 millibar. At the top of the stratosphere is about 1 millibar. At the top of the mesosphere is about 0.01 millibar. And at the top of the thermosphere is about 0.000001 millibar. Ganun kababa na yung air pressure. Okay, so, ibig sabihin, pagtaas ng altitude, pagbaba ng air pressure. Pero, baliktad, pag baba naman ang altitude, pagtaas ng air pressure. Okay, kaya pag tayo sumisisid sa mga oceans, okay, paglalim ng paglalim sa dagat, pagtaas naman ng air pressure. Okay. Next, so relationship between temperature and altitude. Okay, ano ba yung relationship ng temperature and altitude in each layer? Troposphere, the relationship of altitude and temperature is inversely proportional. Troposphere, is it inversely proportional? Yes, correct. Okay. Anong ibig sabihin ng inversely proportional? Grade 7. Pag sinabi natin inversely, mga anak, iba yung tinatahak. Kumbaga, opposite sila palagi. Opposite. Okay, tandaan nyo lang yung word na opposite. Okay, so troposphere. Yung troposphere, ano ba yung relationship ng altitude and temperature? Yung altitude, tumataas kasi. Pero yung temperature dito, bumababa. Opposite sila. Pagtaas ng altitude, pagbaba ng temperature. Dito sa troposphere. Pero iba naman sa stratosphere. Kasi directly proportional. Pag sinabi naman natin directly proportional, same. Okay, kung tumaas yung isa tataas, kung bumaba yung isa naman ay bababa. Parehas yung tinatakbo. Same. Directly proportional. Here in stratosphere, habang tumataas din ang temperature. Okay. And then mesosphere inversely. Bakit? Kasi habang tumataas ang altitude, bumababa naman ang temperature. Okay, thermosphere directly. Kasi habang tumataas ang altitude, tumataas din ang temperature. Exosphere, directly din. Okay, habang tumataas ang altitude, tumataas din ang temperature. Hopefully you learned. Okay, natutunan natin yung relationship ng altitude and temperature in each layer. Okay, proceed naman tayo dun sa features of each layer of the atmosphere. Okay. So, dito sa troposphere, ito yung mga features niya. Weather occurs here. Nandiyan yung clouds, rain, storms, and it contains most of Earth's air where humans live. Tanda natin. In stratosphere, nandiyan yung ozone layer natin that absorbs harmful UV radiation. Airplanes often fly here. Okay, airplanes often fly here to avoid turbulence. In troposphere. And then, mesosphere, ito naman, okay, meteors burn up here, called this atmospheric layer. So, dito na, burn up. Okay, naging abo na yung mga meteors na pumapasok. Okay, mga debris, mga pebble-like, yun lang, mga ating meteors. Thermosphere, okay, nandiyan naman yung aurora. Dyan, yan yung reason kaya naka-form tayo ng aurora borealis, the northern and southern lights. Okay, very high temperature. Kaya nandiyan yung ating mga satellites, okay, International Space Station, yung mga satellites ng International Space Station Agency, dyan po nag-orbit. And then exosphere, the outermost layer. Satellites orbit here, merges into outer space, and dyan yung mga space shuttle pag lumalabas na ng planet Earth. Ang mga exit na yan. Activity number 5, how the sun interacts with Earth's atmosphere. To understand how the sun affects Earth's atmosphere through reading. Okay, so the sun is the Earth's primary source of external energy. Tatandaan natin. Energy from the sun heats up our planet to the point where life can flourish. Most of the energy from the sun is transmitted to the Earth as short-wave radiation. A short wave. Kaya pala natatransmit, nakakarating dito yung energy kasi yung ating heat or energy is a wave, radiation, light energy, and ultraviolet radiation. Because the atmosphere is mostly transparent, kasi made of gases, much of the light reaches the Earth's surface, where it is firstly absorbed. Okay, the Earth then re-radiates the absorbed energy into the atmosphere. Kumbaga parang bumabalik, re-radiate. Okay, in the form of infrared energy. Okay, some atmospheric gases including carbon dioxide, ozone, nitrous oxide, and water vapor are naturally occurring gases that absorb and emit infrared energy very effectively. Okay, these gases are called greenhouse gases. Okay, yung greenhouse gases natin na nasa atmosphere. Okay, and then the naturally occurring greenhouse gases have a positive effect. yung mga naturally occurring greenhouse gases, yung mga na-mention natin, as they absorb some of Earth's heat energy so that it does not all escape into the space. Okay, so this keeps the average temperature of atmosphere to about 13 degrees Celsius. Okay, meron naman tayong mga, what do you call this, bad gases or greenhouse gases like yung mga chlorofluorocarbon. Okay, yun ay may negative effect naman sa ating atmosphere, sa ating planet. Kasi pinapataas lalo nila yung init or temperatura ng ating planet. Okay, so the atmospheric warming effect is called the greenhouse effect. Without the greenhouse effect, the Earth's surface temperature would be about negative 23 degrees Celsius, and life probably would not be able to exist. The weather we experience on Earth is the direct result of absorbing energy from the sun. Mga anak, sabi dyan, yung energy natin na galing sa sun. Okay? So, pag nakapasok sa atmosphere, okay, at nakarating sa Earth's surface, then ma-absorb muna, magre-radiate yan, babalik pataas. Okay. Yes, may mga nakaka-escape na mga init, pabalik. Pero, because of the atmosphere, tinutulungan tayo na ma-keep yung init na yun para masustain yung life dito sa planet natin. Kasi pag yung init na yun lumabas lahat sa planet Earth natin, yan ang sinasabi, yung ating planet magiging negative 23 degrees Celsius. So, paano yung makakasupport ng life? Okay, di ba? Okay. And then, sabi pa dyan, the sun's heats the Earth's surface in varying amounts. And they set up convection currents in the troposphere, producing winds and influencing ocean currents. In the warmer months in both the northern and southern hemisphere, tremendous storms forming including typhoons, hurricanes, and cyclones, which is a way the Earth gets rid of excess energy. Okay. The weather effects convert heat into kinetic energy like the wind. Okay, so hindi naman. Discuss na naman natin yan in sa later. Okay, so what is the main form of energy that is transmitted from the sun to the earth? From the sun to the earth. The energy from the sun is called solar radiation, which includes visible light, UV radiation, infrared, radio, microwave, X-ray, and gamma ray. Okay, so ito yung mga main form of energy that is transmitted from the sun to the earth. Okay, so how does the interaction between the sun and Earth's atmosphere influence the weather patterns observed throughout the day in Sana Village? Okay, so the interaction between the sun and Earth's atmosphere influences weather patterns, okay, by causing temperature variation, atmospheric pressure changes, and cloud formation. As sunlight penetrates the atmosphere, it warms the Earth's surface, leading to formation of thermals and air currents that drive weather systems. So pag masyadong mainit, especially sa Pacific, there are tendency na marami yung mga water na mag-evaporate at maka-form ng clouds. Additionally, the angle of sunlight throughout the day affects temperature gradients and wind patterns, contributing to the development of local weather phenomena such as winds, clouds, and precipitation. Next, what role does the greenhouse effect play in maintaining Earth's temperature? Explain ka naman, the greenhouse effect plays a crucial role in maintaining Earth's temperature by trapping. Kasi pag wala yung mga greenhouse gases na yan, lahat ng init na pumapunta sa atin, mag-escape din, makakawala sa Earth. Okay, so, sasabihin ng iba, ay okay lang po para lumambig dito sa Earth. No, pag nawala ng init dito sa Earth, okay, ang Earth hindi makakasustain ng life. Greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide, methane, and water vapor absorb and re-emit infrared radiation emitted by the Earth's surface, preventing it from escaping into space. This process creates a warming effect. The greenhouse gases trap heat and help regulate Earth's temperature within a habitable range. Without the greenhouse effect, Earth would be much colder, making it unsuitable for life as we know it. So, napakahalaga talaga ng atmosphere, mga anak. Okay, pero, syempre, may negative effect din kasi ang ating atmosphere, dahil dumadami na dumadami yung mga pollutants, marami yung heat na natatrap na hindi nakakalabas. Dapat balance. Okay, or tama lang natatrap na heat. Kasi pag nasobrahan naman ng trap, yung ng heat, okay, ang ating atmosphere, atmosphere, lalong iinit na iinit dito sa ating planet. Okay, kaya lalong umiinit na umiinit kasi ang daming na release na carbon dioxide and other pollutants. Okay. Activity 6, observing and identifying types of clouds. To recognize and understand different types of clouds throughout observations. Okay, so may papakita ko dyan ng mga types of clouds. The cumulonimbus, altocumulus. Okay, observe niyo kung ano yung kanyang mga appearance. Cumulus cloud, stratus cloud, stratocumulus, nimbus stratus, altostratus, cirrus cloud, cirrus stratus, and cirrocumulus. Okay, so hopefully pwede yung screenshot. Sige, what are the thick dark clouds? Yung thick dark clouds daw. Ito yun. So, thick dark clouds that cover the sky at low to middle altitudes and bringing continuous steady precipitation. Correct. It's nimbostratus clouds. Yun yung thick dark clouds. What type of cloud is often associated with fair weather and has a floppy white appearance? Correct. It's cumulus cloud. Ito yun. Floppy. Fair weather. Cumulus. Fair weather. Next, which type of cloud is characterized by a uniform layer as a sheet covering the sky, often resulting in overcast conditions? Correct. It's stratus clouds. Balikan natin yung stratus. Ayan, stratus. Okay. Next, what are the towering clouds with extensive vertical development, often associated with thunderstorms and dito sa may left side? Heavy rain and lightning. Correct. Cumulonimbus clouds. Which type of cloud is thin and wispy, composed of ice crystals, and typically found at high altitudes but has top? Correct, cirrus clouds. What are the mid-altitude clouds that appears as gray or blue-gray sheets covering the sky and often precede storm systems? Okay, altostratus clouds. What type of cloud is characterized by rounded masses or rolls and often appears in clusters or patches at mid-altitudes? Correct. Altocumulus clouds. Next, which cloud type is low altitude, mababa, okay, and forms in layers or patches with a mix of cumulus and stratus characteristics? Correct. Stratocumulus clouds. Okay. So, ang mga clouds din mga anak, yung mga type ng clouds na yan, is sila din ay okay, nakakategorize as according to their altitude. May mga high clouds, okay, middle clouds, low clouds, and vertical clouds. Ibig sabihin nun, may mga clouds na nasa mataas, middle lang, mababa lang, and yung iba naman ay vertical clouds. Okay, so tingnan natin. So yung mga clouds po na kinoconsidered natin as high clouds or high level clouds is yung cirrus. Okay, balikan natin yung illustration. Okay, ito yun. The cirrus, yung mataas talaga, high cloud yan, cirrostratus, and then cirrocumulus. Okay, yung mga high-level clouds. Yung mga nasa mid-level clouds naman is yung altostratus, okay, and then altocumulus. Okay. Yung nasa low level naman natin ay stratus cloud, stratocumulus, and then nimbus stratus. Okay, yun yung ating nasa low level. Yung vertical naman, vertical cloud, is yung mga, okay, pababa patas, vertical. Pababa papatas sila. Okay, so, ang mga vertical cloud ay cumulus cloud and cumulonimbus cloud. Okay, so tapos na tayo doon. Sige. So, since we're done discussing, kaya namang i-assess yung ating sarili. I can describe the different layers of the atmosphere. Siyempre, I can do it. I can differentiate the layers of the atmosphere in terms of temperature. Yes na yes na. I can explain the interaction of the solar energy with the layers of the Earth's atmosphere. I can do it. I can describe the different types of clouds. Siyempre, I can do it. Okay, so formative assessment tayo, multiple choice. What is the correct order of Earth's atmospheric layers from its surface? Correct. It's letter D, troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. Which layer of atmosphere is the coldest, pinakamalamig? Correct. Mesosphere. What happens to the temperature in the troposphere as the altitude increases? Ano nangyayari sa temperature? Correct. Decreases. Ano? Kasi inverse na nga sila. Habang tumataas ang altitude, bumababa ang temperature in troposphere. In which layer of the atmosphere does passenger aircraft fly? Correct. Letter B. In the lower stratosphere. stratosphere. Not in the, upper mesosphere. Sobrang yun. Okay, so in lower part pala, in lower stratosphere. Kumbaga, top portion of troposphere and lower part of stratosphere. Okay, which best describes the function of the atmosphere? Correct. It's letter B. It prevents heat from escaping into space too quickly. Which best describes the greenhouse effect? Correct. It's letter C. The ability of the atmospheric gases to keep the planet warm. In which layer of the atmosphere makes the reception of radio waves around the Earth possible? Correct. It's letter D. In thermosphere. Kasi may mga charged particles dito, hindi ko nabanggit. Okay, actually, in that part pala, in thermosphere, then meron tayong tinatawag doon na ionosphere pa. Okay. 8. Ozone layer serve as a shield from the incoming solar radiation. In which layer of the atmosphere contains the large amount of ozone, or OT? Saan ba yan? Correct. In stratosphere. Which is true about stratosphere? Correct. It's letter D. The temperature of stratosphere increases with altitude, directly proportional. Pagtaas ng altitude, pagtaas din ng temperature. Bakit? Kasi ang ozone nandoon. Yan ang nag-absorb ng UV radiations. Okay, so what is the most abundant gas in the Earth's atmosphere? Correct, letter B, nitrogen. Which is the electrified region of the upper atmosphere? Correct, it's letter A, ionosphere. Yan sinasabi ko sa inyo, yung ionosphere rather. Okay, hindi ko nabanggit kanina, which is part na siya ng thermosphere. Okay, what is the basis for the division of the layers of the atmosphere? Division. Okay, changing temperature. Yan yung pinaka-parang boundaries. Okay, so hopefully you learned something today, grade 7. And thank you so much.